Yeah. So let me introduce Chetan in a brief. I'm sure he will do a much better experience job. But I'm just saying they are from Green Portfolios. They are your fund managers who are there on Fund Expert platform, whom we have empaneled, and we are great to have them. They come from a great background. I'm sure they will be able to tell more about themselves. And over to you, Chetan, for a quick telling about the small cases which you do.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all. Myself, Chetan Pal. I am taking care of the distribution and sales part in Green Portfolio. I'll just give you a short brief about the company first, how the Green Portfolio has started. It is under the leadership of Mr. Devam Sharma and Anuj Jain. By profession, they both are chartered accountant and they have more than 15 years experience into the equity market. So prior to small case, we were into the PMS. We are SEBI registered investment advisors, and we are PMS house, so research house as well. And we launched this small case platform in March 2020. And currently, we have a team strength of 24. Majority of teams into the research part, who is all around 24/7 working for the research thing. And since 2020 March, we have accumulated more than 7,300 clients in under small case platform, and we are managing around 100 crores plus of asset under advisory, which is keep on growing on add-on and month, and we have active distributor of around 30 more there. Small case, definitely Pranav has covered up lots of things on the small case part, how the execution will happen, how the things will goes on that. So we are also one of the emerging, or we can say that a trending leader in small case platform. So we invest into the companies who are fundamentally strong and they have a very low debt, and they have a future potential to growth on the return side as well. So the overall, we look into those businesses who are debt free in status, who have a very low debt. So what we believe is that the debt is only the thing which kills the company. So we usually take care of, when we invest into any stock or into a portfolio, we'll consider the low debt strategy. And we have all type of PMS, or say that small cases, like high, medium, low volatility, depending on the client's need. So client just do their own profiling, and accordingly they can go for our investment strategies. So we also seen many things in past 7 to 8 years, many downfalls where the economy has experienced all-time inflation rate. But our small cases has delivered more than the inflation returns from that. So started a journey in 2014. We are now growing with our strategies in small case. Currently, we have six strategies under small case. It totally depends on the client, they want to choose it. And we are keep on adding the small kids client on every monthly basis, nearly 400 to 500. We are keep on adding the client. So this is just a short brief about the company I'm giving. And definitely the overall, the screening process, the research process is very important thing which we need to recover it on this. So we usually, what we see into the companies, so we usually see companies who have a strong corporate governance. So it shows how the companies how the company have their management relation with management, and how the company usually do their audit reports. And we also look into the risk management, how are they hedging their commodity prices, how they hedging their foreign reserves. So we keep on constraint on the parameter of the strong corporate governance. Then we do the analysis of the industry, which we are next to emerging company, or we can leaders of tomorrow for in the industry. We'll find out that industry, under that industry we'll buy that companies or sector stock specific. Then on the quantitative screening, keep on looking on the ratios of the company, the market cap, the fundamental, and the overall how the company will give us the return on equity in next 4 to 5 years kind of horizon. And we usually keep our companies for a long term investment prospect for at least 2 to 3 years. I will still hold on that company. And even on, we look into the company's strength, sustainability, and definitely on the product side, what are the product they are offering, are the companies into the customer centric. and we are keep on talking with our managements and the company managements to just to track the records. Are they in line to that returns which they are expecting on their valuations? So at the end, we'll get the valuation of the company. Key these margin of safety which we are looking for. That key is this the safe business to invest into the market? Because we invest into the growth oriented company, definitely that company should be safer to invest in that universe as well. So what we see under the fundamentals, definitely the management integrity, capability, and history of the company, we see at least these the company has seen one down cycle in last 7 years. We have seen many down cycles, whether it was a Russia Ukraine war thing, or COVID, or ILFS crisis. So at least one down cycle, in one down cycle, the company should survive and recover from his their businesses. And we will always prefer those companies who having uptrend revenues, return on equity more than 15%, operating margins again for more than 15%, effective rates equivalent to the statutory tax rate. And being an chartered accountant, Devam and Anuj, they really knows about the company's balance sheet. They really knows about the profit and loss. So definitely, that's why we do the hardcore research on the particular company's fundamentals. And definitely we look at the companies who have a debt to equity lower than the 100%. And the last part is the product innovation, how much they spend on their brand building and the customer retention. These they taken care before investing into any stock or the portfolio. So as Pranav said, we also have a bunch of portfolios, a bunch of stocks we have where we give a name, different name to that. So we are one of the very flagship portfolio which is high quality, right price. And we invest into those companies who are a beneficiary, or the we can start they focus on the development from the government schemes like Atma Nirbhar Bharat, Make in India, Anti Chinese, PLI scheme. So we identify those companies, we uh, we do our fundamental analysis on those companies, and we'll create that portfolio. So I'll keep discussing on the one-on-one portfolio. What is the high quality, right price? So we definitely look at the high quality business at a reasonable price, or some companies which are available at undervaluation also. So the best part it is that we invest into those businesses who will become a multi-bagger. In equity market, when investors come, so definitely the investors preferably sees कि what to buy is very important. मुझे क्या लेना चाहिए इस market के अंदर. Then the second part that comes into the allocation, how much would be in the portfolio, and the third thing is the how long we'll need to be hold it. So that things will be taken care by the gain portfolio. So we identify the right business first, the stock, then we'll always look into the companies, the proper allocation. If I'm buying 15 to 20 companies, I'll given a right allocation depending on the market conditions. And definitely this portfolio is more inclined towards the small cap and mid cap stocks. So largely my portfolios, if you see under the small case things, we have a every mixed blend of the portfolio. So we have a large cap portfolio as well, mid cap and small cap, and hardcore small cap portfolio. And it's totally depends on the market and the customer's appetite of the risk. So if someone who wants to take a high risk, so definitely we have a portfolio which called small compounders, which usually we invest in those companies whose market cap range from 200 to 3,000 crores. And definitely again the multi-fold strategy of returns we are expecting from these companies. So the overall the allocation part varies from strategy to stock wise. And definitely every portfolios is differentiate from different portfolio. Well, I said if I investing in high quality, right price, my sector allocation, my asset allocation on the stock will be differ from the other portfolio. So if client subscribe to my two portfolios, so he will get a different stock, different kind of investment in that portfolio. So largely just for your knowledge, I'm just giving you the stock allocation. So currently, sector allocation, we are investing around 16% into the pharmaceutical, carrying back chemicals into 19%, and later on we go for the sugar, power, textiles. So categorically we see that we are taking some stocks from those sector where other fund managers are not covering up, because we largely what happened in PMS industry, usually most of the fund managers cover only top 50 or top 100 companies, and we go beyond that universe, and we'll pick that companies who will be the multi-bagger, who will be the next upcoming story for the market, because now everyone is talking about the EV segment. So might be my focus will be on the EV companies where or related companies which will give up beneficiaries to them. So one of the very trending high quality right price. This particular portfolio is currently if you talk about the CAGR return, it is nearly around 65 to 66% of CAGR, and we under small case this keep on updating the CAGR returns, because when the market falls and up, will that you can able to see on a daily basis how this goes my portfolio. If you see in 2020 March, we have come up with 100 rupees of the NAV. Now this portfolio is NAV some around 300 or 280, 290 is nearby. So my returns is always related to the benchmark, which is Nifty mid cap and small cap sector, because this portfolio is more towards the mid cap and small cap. So same way, minimum investment requirement, yes, these keep on changing. Currently, the minimum investment requirement is around 20 to 21,000, and depends on the market condition. The investment amount also keeps on changing. So we have enabled two kind of a fees. Firstly, is the fixed fee, which is 5,000 plus GST for 1 year. And so if any of the client of your client interested for AUM kind of plan, so we have a variable plan also, which is 2.0%. And this also the stock will goes into the broker's account. The client will sit what we client will selected that. So is the high quality right price portfolio. Same way we have a small cap compounder. The the investor who wants to go for high volatile sectors or stock, which is largely into the small cap, because all the 99% goes into the small cap sectors. And if you see the overall graph, this particular strategy, this also exceptionally did well in past 2 years. If you see the we have generated more than 60-65% of returns in a 1 year from this particular strategy. And the third then we have a smart nifty index portfolio. And the smart nifty index portfolio, this is in largely into the not top nifty 50 companies. We identify 15 to 20 companies from top nifty 50 company, and this is for investors who want to be moderate into their strategy. They don't want to take a high risk into the mid cap and small cap sector kind of a strategy. So this is the overall smart tech index. The client can choose by own depending on their appetite of their risk. So we blue chip, as you know, not top nifty 50 company comes under large cap, largely into large cap and some part of the mid cap companies, and they all are blue chip companies. Then if we talk about the returns, definitely our returns was compared to nifty 50s, it's higher than the over the benchmark. uh, the overall, if you see, we have generated more than 100% plus returns in last 2 years. This is into absolute terms. So I'll show you the overall key, what is the current CAGR of these companies, and these are keep on changing all that. And then the next hot selling, one of the hot selling strategy we have is high dividend yield and capital appreciation. We focus on those companies as well who are constantly paying the dividends to their investors. And usually the investments, the average dividend yield comes around 2 to 3, 3 to 4%, depends on the stock as well. And definitely again the universe or the investable universe is 15 to 20 companies. And largely this portfolio is into the mid cap sector. These are mixed mid cap agnostic and large cap agnostic sector. So you will find a decent return in this strategy also, because from zero to 200 we reached in last 2 years. So on an average 72% of CAGR we have delivered in under this strategy as well. Then the multinational companies, same, we focus on the MNC companies who are listed in India, and they also follow the same Atmanirbhar Bharat or PLI schemes beneficiary companies, and that's investment made using the QRP, the high quality right price philosophy. So for every kind of a investment